Okay. 1 second, let me get this balanced out. I don't want to be too overwhelming. And I also don't want the music to be too overwhelming. And you guys know how I usually do things. At this point, you know my MO. So I'm going to check and see if I sound okay. Make sure everything is nice and balanced, hopefully. Make sure I got the right thumbnail come through. Yeah, look at that. It's a good looking thumbnail. I think so. I like to stick to the simple thumbnails. I'm not real big on making it too complicated, so usually it's just the logo somewhere, but you'd be surprised. That's not too bad. I think I sound a smidge quiet. There we go. Maybe is that a little bit better? You'd be surprised how much effort some of these thumbnails I go into, even though it seems like I kind of just do the same shtick. Let's see if I've gotten the audio right just yet. Yeah, it sounds a little clearer to me. And so I'm going to wait there for just a second. We're going to go ahead and fade that music all the way out. And we'll switch over to the feature attraction. Turn it down in my head. We got this. Let's go ahead and change it over to this. Now, I want to go ahead and give a couple of things. I'm not starting a new series. This is just going to be me kind of giving impressions, showing off the thing. It is incredibly fun. I'm going to give you that just for free right off the bat. This is an incredibly fun DLC game, and I'll point out a lot of the things I do and I don't like about it over this. I'm hoping to do a formal review video, both video review and maybe even a written review. Ash has been doing something on, I think Smash Stack is what it's called, or something weird like that. I don't know. Smash Word? I don't know. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna go ahead and give a brief shout out to him, but I can't give the website because I'm not so familiar. I know Smash Stack, I think, was a mod. Shoot. Let's see. Substack, there we go. Smash Stack, I think, was a mod for the let's see. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Substack. So, throwing that out there. Oh, haven't played this yet. Please turn off stream. It's Substack. How dare? Sorry. Yeah, I was saying that I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I was referring them to your Substack if they get the chance. And I thought it would be a cool idea if I perhaps started one for games that I get to play that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to play, and vice versa. But I certainly want to do a video review of this. Well, I am brilliant, thank you. I don't disagree with you on that. Your stuff is great, but yeah. Anyway, if you get a chance and you're looking for some written reviews and stuff, I'm hoping to actually start one, ripping off your idea. I'll try not to overlap with the games that you're doing, because obviously I don't want to try and I don't want it to be a Thunder type thing where Thunder's being stolen from one or the other. For example, I have zero intent on Resident Evil. I want to see you spill all of that and see what your thoughts are, genuinely, brutally, etc. And I'm hoping to do one on you know, maybe KOTOR. I'm probably gonna focus most of my reviews on the more retro orientated, whether that be that they are actually retro or homaged retro, but generally I'll stick to retro stuff and kind of leave the new stuff to the newer crowd, let's say. So I apologize, I haven't been online for the past couple of weeks. One was my mother-in-law's birthday, so I was out of town, several hours away, celebrating that with her. And then I actually have some nerve issue with my face right now, so I couldn't speak at all. And Anna and I had actually been using ASL, or sign language, to communicate with each other because my jaw was so messed up. So it's still sore, but I can talk, and it feels better, and I've got medicine and all that, so we're hopefully okay. Oddly enough, Twitch notified me this was live. That's awesome. I don't think I'm streaming from Twitch, but if I am streaming on Twitch as well, that's great. I didn't intend to, but that's nice. Well, my first reviews will be KOTOR and Donkey Kong Country. Wait, that's probably those are the ones I'm working on. I am working on one more that I am not going to spoil just yet, but I think written reviews would be nice to kind of put out there in the interim as well, because I do play a lot of video games from start to finish, and a lot of them are retro, and I've been doing it for a long time. And I know the retro collecting is kind of difficult right now, but my hope is that maybe I can inspire people to pick up some of the more affordable, like, hidden gems they missed out on. YouTube be sleeping on the job. Probably so. Viddy doesn't show up to get, he says. Poor Viddy. I hope I don't type in annoying messages or, oh, hey. Ooh, shots fired. Substack's a cool platform. I just uploaded somewhat of a preview piece on what to expect soon for me. I'm excited to see that. Thumbro says hello. Hey Thumb, how you doing? I hope you're doing wonderfully. Or at least I hope you're doing well and getting to enjoy your day. I know these days everything has kind of gotten hectic for everyone, so my hope is that, in kind of the same hope it's always ever been when I started this channel 7 years ago now. I guess I didn't technically uploaded on it 6 years ago, but I started working on it 7 years ago. Hopefully that this is a moment where you can come and kind of just relax, enjoy, and have fun, but I'm hoping everybody's doing okay. I'm okay, and I'm working on stuff today, which is fine, but I feel a bit sore today, so I'll try and rest before work. Sore? I have a question, Viddy. I have two questions, actually, and if they're too invasive, intrusive, or otherwise unanswerable, please let me know. Sore, I'm curious as to what you might have been doing that caused you to be sore. You just exercise and such. Number two, I don't. What do you do for a living? I don't know that. I know that. I'd love to have insight. If you don't want to share, that's okay. And number three, I know what you're working on, and I'm super I think I know what you're working on. Let me clarify. And I'm excited to see what's going on there. But yeah, just welcome in. That's what happens when you go to Club Big Bears and pass out drunk. You'll recover. I'm as sober as ever, he says through slurred words. No, I'm teasing. So you may hear me slurping a drink. That's just to kind of help with the jaw. It's a cold tea. If it is frustrating or otherwise just out of ASMR line, please tell me and I'll try to stay off. Okay, let me listen real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started up. It's me. And I'm going to listen. Now, I'm not going to play this through the same way. I'm not going to spoil anything, or try not to spoil anything. Because there are secrets and all kinds of different stuff, but I just kind of want to show some of the features of this thing off and play it. Oh, perfect. Okay, so it started me where I left off. That seems to be okay. That seems balanced enough. Okay, so it seems to sound okay from what I can tell. If the sound is overwhelming, underwhelming, or otherwise, let me know. Part of what makes this so special is going to be some of the great music and sound, so... Exercise may have been wearing me out. As for work, I'm technically unemployed, but I've actually got a quick spot of admin work alongside the creative process, and I want to take this very serious. Of course, no, that's fine. I can't remember what I sent video for the video. I hope I didn't. I doubt you would have. Maybe I just need a message or a massage. I thought you said message. Why is this massage him a bit weird? So long as you are happy and enjoying things, that is great. So, and yeah, no, it wasn't a judgment thing. I was just curious, kind of knowing what other people do, you know, where they're going to work. It's kind of nice. I don't know. It's kind of nice to hear about the everyday lives of people too, because we know each other here from the gaming community. But I've done, since I started doing this channel, you'll hear in videos me talking about different things that I've done, and I've had, since I've started this channel, I've had like 4 different jobs, partially because of the COVID era. But stop judging. I don't judge you. It's completely indiscriminate. It's just nice to know I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe it is that I'm just odd. But I like to know what people are up to in their day to day, because then I know with more accuracy what I can wish people the best of luck in. That's all. But yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's okay. Okay. This is sounding more like The Last of Us, a flashback episode with more backstory than actual main story. I haven't seen all that just yet, so. All right, let's jump in here. So, I'm not gonna. There's not a whole lot of. This is kind of true to the old Castlevania. There's not a whole lot of actual story. I do have a couple of awesome weapons. I'm kind of starting in the middle, and I am not in the middle of the Castlevania DLC. I'm just using some of the Castlevania DLC things. Retro told me that I can't send him Discord DMs unless I donate to his channel. Crazy. I'll be writing about this on my Substack. And what do you mean, shameless? Nobody has to give me anything, any donations or. I have a donation page that I put. I don't know if I took it off or I moved it down because I was like, you know what, I don't know. I felt I didn't feel good about asking even for the donations. So that's just me. No. He doesn't charge you guys to be. Of course not. Is Retro making one of those paywall mobile games again, like Doctor Who, the 2 mobile game? Mobile game. Sorry, friend. Remember talked about though. Really need to. I agree with that. Well, that was another thing. Anna was going to play a Sims pack, and they introduced a huge Sims pack, and they did this whole thing, and then the bread and butter of it was I think the bread and butter of the pack was almost all of it behind a paywall. It's pretty crazy. I can't talk today. How much do you drink? It's all tea. My jaw still hurts, so my words and speech may be a little slurred, and there are times where I'll talk and the back of my jaw will hit socket and I'll pause the word and say something else or something to buy time. So I apologize. I do have they're non-inhibitive. Sadly, medicines and alcohol don't have don't feel bad. That's okay. I don't, for a good example, I don't have the ability to get drunk. I had a bad instance where I figured that out, but and so downside of that is painkillers, medicines don't seem to have a great amount of pull on me either, sadly. Oh, I bumped the microphone. Sorry about that. I've got it kind of close to make sure you can hear the bass of my voice. I like the Switch OLED. All I've played so far is the free 7-day trial NES games. That's fantastic. I have to admit, I'm gonna say it. Retro is looking carefully at every word on the screen here and must know exactly what every stat and piece of game design on here does. It's more important than talking to us, you know. That's not true. You guys are the most important. You guys are the reason I started the channel. People that want to hang out and talk. That's the whole reason. I haven't drank for years, not since the incident. I have to ask what the incident is. I apologize. I'll go sit. Don't sit in the corner. Don't worry about that. I don't take offense, even if you were dead serious. It's no big deal. What was I going to say? I needed to say something very important, but if the streamer doesn't answer every one of my comments, I'll unsubscribe and start crazy rumors. Oh, well, I mean, it is the internet. I did break down and get the Switch expansion pack. I'll show some of I will show some of it off on this stream just after here and explain why I did it. I know I shouldn't have done it, but I did. I think you were about to... No, I wasn't about to do that. Actually, Retro does well to respond to every message on the live chat. That can be hard to do regardless. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do try. So right now, he responds to all yours videos. He hates the English. Bit weird. Did you know, fun fact, I did a... I want to make sure it's not getting too loud. It looks like it's pretty balanced. There we go. I did a genealogy test. We were given them for Christmas, I think, at one point, and it was great. I wanted to kind of know where I had come from and all that. It turns out that I am like 70% dating back to the Britons, not Great Britain, but I'm talking about the Britons that preceded the Anglo-Saxon and Jutes. And then the rest of me was like Scandinavian. So I have zero hate for a people which make up almost 3/4 of my blood composition. Did you know, fun fact, I killed an Englishman? No, I've never. My boy is part. For fun, I'll send you my the map of my genealogy. It is insanely not diverse at all. British history lessons with Retro, but it costs more money to donate on the live chat. No, again, none of my stuff will ever be paywall. I have a donation thing up there. I'm in the ossuary, by the way. I am using only some of the Castlevania DLC right now, so that's right now I'm in Maria Renard's skin because that's the only one I've unlocked, and I have Death's Scythe as a weapon, but I'm not actually in the Castlevania. I may restart the run to get to it though. I'm not going to spoil anything. I'll just kind of show you what it is, but I figured I'd start by playing a little of the standard Dead Cells so you can see what Dead Cells looks like without it. I do have unlock, because I didn't want to look completely lost in this game, I do have the unlock full map assist on for sake of not boring and annoying you guys, or at least trying not to. Oh shoot. Okay, so I had a curse. If you've not played the game, if you get a curse, you open a cursed chest. Whoa! If you open a cursed chest, you get a curse. A curse requires you to kill a certain amount of enemies, because if you don't, before the curse is lifted, no matter what your health is, you will die in one hit. So what that means is I successfully did not die in one hit. Real quick. Let me grab some of this. Apparently I might be part Viking, which makes sense with my beard, anger, rage, and extremely... I mean, I think they're on the top of the... They're not on the top of the list on that distribution, but they're up there, I suppose. Or maybe Retro secretly has a TARDIS and he's not giving it to me. I still got a captive Dalek, and that'll be it. A captive Dalek, and that'll be it. I don't have a TARDIS. I wish I did. Also, I've been watching Doctor Who constantly lately, because BritBox, streaming services again be darned, is taking the show off. Streaming, I am with you. And Ash said some stuff too about the streaming services. We were talking about the... I think he made a post on it. I was kind of going back and forth on the post about streaming services being too... They invite so much, so little attentions to be given to one specific thing, and it really devalues a lot of some of the great games that are coming out. And I think the same thing is applicable to television. If BritBox could wait until November at least, I would be flexible in catching up on the show. Sure. when we try to get to make a channel with us, he shut us. He was busy. I get it. I know what you're talking about, but I also remember he was busy. Oh shoot! So Death's Scythe is pretty sweet. Wait, what is this? An unknown artifact. Is that the one that'll let me break the rune floors? Please let it be. Yes! I've been looking for this. Yeah, busy watching. He's been doing all kinds of mechanism. Where's the... Oh, there's what I wanted. I had a part in the game. So for anybody who isn't, again, I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty familiar. This has been a really popular game for a while. Can I make... I don't know if I can make it up there. This is a procedural... Son of a gun. This is a procedurally... Did they really make it so I can't reach it? Okay, I got it. This is procedurally generated, so every time you die, every one of the levels have completely reshifted. The downside is I have noticed, and this is just in Dead Cells in general, not just the Castlevania part, that they do have areas where they'll accidentally make something that isn't really attainable. They'll put a switch on the wrong side of the door and no teleport statue or any of that. I'm sensing a poor jump mechanic. It's not the poor jump mechanic. Sometimes the way that the level spawns, it just doesn't accommodate for the character. So the game actually controls incredibly well. It's just with procedural generation, there's a risk sometimes that there won't be the correct mechanism in place for getting to a specific area, and sometimes you do just find yourself stuck. There's an elevator. Elevator will hurt you if it lands on you too. I've actually never played this. I've just bought it on Switch. I had the candles lit and everything ready for my evening of fun Dead Cells deliciousness, and you spoil it for me. I'm sorry. I was gonna play Order of Ecclesia, but I ended up making a thing for my buddy, one of my buddies that's here. I visited him yesterday. Survival. I visited him yesterday and I made a thing for him, and I gave him an SD card in order to access some stuff. And when I did that, I accidentally gave him some files I needed to continue my long series of Order of Ecclesia. Because I'm not actually playing it on a DS because I can't capture that. And so, because of that, I couldn't play Order of Ecclesia. I thought about doing KOTOR again, and then I thought, you know what, I'll keep in the Castlevania vein for just now, and I'll play this. And I'll show a little bit off and give my kind of... I'm not going to say first impression, because I've been playing this for a while now, but I'll give my impressions. Also, if you haven't noticed, this is the librarian music from Symphony of the Night. I love it, because you can, in the main menu, not this menu here, not the options menu here, but in the main menu, you can actually select Castlevania soundtrack to replace the original soundtrack throughout the entirety of the game. As well as when you come into Diet, you can choose Castlevania-esque, which I have done. So, very, very cool. Let's see here. I vaguely remember Dead Cells got at least one input on a showcase list in 2021, so I certainly must not overlook this game. It is absolutely fit. I bought it when it first came out and didn't regret it then, and then playing the Castlevania version, things have gotten better. I do have a couple of nitpicks, and I'll point them out here as well as in the review that I have coming. But for now, this is great. I think this is legit top 5 best indie games ever made. I agree. I completely agree. And wait a minute, Retro has a buddy that's not me? What? I thought a similar thing about buddies here, right, Viddy? No, it's this is a friend of mine that well, I'll give you real quick. Let me do this, and then I'll explain the situation, because this is kind of an interesting story anyway. So yeah, you can choose omnivorous if you want, which is just kind of the default. Carnivore, Castlevania-esque, which is what I pick. Vegetarian, fruitarian, monster meat, baguette, and then there's a half-life, and then there's just cheese. You can literally just choose cheese. I choose Castlevania-esque because I like that. Yeah, so the friend that I'm actually talking about, I may have made mention of this before, but when I was growing up, we were absolutely not wealthy, not well-to-do. I'm gonna go ahead and teleport. We were not well off, to say, and I'm putting that remarkably lightly. Shoot, where am I supposed to be going? It's not down there, I don't think. Maybe it is. Let's go down there. We were not well off, and we didn't have a lot of anything, and that included several times not having a... No, that's the cursed chest, and I left my old scythe there. That includes not having a home to stay in all the time. And so for about 3 months, as we kind of drifted, we found solace in the home of a very kind family who took us in and let us stay with them, and their family, their father was a pastor of a church, and their mother, obviously, I think she was a school teacher, but I think she was for primary school, right? Grade school here, if you want to use our nomenclature. And it was, we kind of grew up together. So we've been friends for over 30 years. So, very, very good stuff. A good guy. His name's Cameron. He's been on the channel before, only briefly on the Lion King episode. But he's wanted to come back and do a couple of other episodes, including a Contra 3 episode and a Super Mario World one, or not, sorry, Super Mario All-Stars one, so hopefully at some point in time we'll have him on. Let's see. Can't be having real-life friends. I'm afraid. Please change that. Thank you. Goodness me, we're not going to tap into that social media affects friendship debates, are we? We could all talk about, we could talk all day about FOMO, not talking to people for a while, social media posts, self-esteem. I've said this before, but you should make a separate channel that's analysis videos about games. I think it would do well. Okay, I remember you saying that I should do it. I didn't remember you suggesting it be separate, but I think I think you're exactly right, so I'll do that. Retro's critiques for the showcase were great, so you should make that channel. Okay, well thank you, Viddy. With both of you saying that, I certainly will. Social media is, yeah. Yeah, I understand that I take my breaks, and here I am with you guys. At this point, it become an addiction. However, I've hardly been on Twitter, and it's been fantastic. I don't really look at social media a lot. Now, if I see Ash, or if I see Viddy, or if I see Thumb, you know, people that I know and I don't usually see as trying to start drama, it's just, you know, people that are usually telling me what's going on in their lives, which I care about that, as well as what projects they're working on. Or if they're giving a critique, or if a new video's gone up, stuff like that. Like, you know, if Thumb is like, hey, he puts up, I'm doing a speed run this afternoon, then yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to give it if I catch that post, I'm gonna give it a like. I'm gonna retweet it and try to get it out there. And even if I can't talk, you better believe I'm lurking in that stream. That's the stuff that I like it for. It's just to show support. But I think that people are so upset when they don't get support. And social media is really good about telling you both of those things, when you do and don't get support from people. And I think people just get, it's almost like people want to take offense whenever they're not getting support. Okay, oh, shoot. Okay, thank goodness. What else? Max 5% damage. Damage from projectiles reduced by, what do I have right now? An extra jump in midair. Nah, I'll keep the one I've got. It's the same basic thing. Oh, I have triple jump. I didn't pay attention to what that amulet did. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people get upset when they're not getting support, or then they want to go and put out their topic and their opinion on something, and then they're upset when people don't agree with them, rather than considering it just a way to put a critique out there on something. And they take it people take it way too personal, but then on the internet, the anonymity of the monitor helps embolden them to say stupid things. And this was an awful place to be, and it was for a face flask. I don't want that. Nope. I.e., why didn't my post get enough likes? Exactly. That's my thing. If I post something and it does really well, that's great. But if it also doesn't do it really well, that's okay too. I didn't post it because I needed statistics. I posted it because I wanted to put an opinion out there that I thought would be beneficial to people, or that people might want to think on. I don't know. Things like Ash putting out there that streaming services are essentially devaluing the nature of game I don't know what you'd say, traditional games, traditional gameplay, gamers maybe. I think that's a hot take, and I think a lot of people would probably disagree, but I think it's good to put the opposite opinion out there for people to think on. I know, I just want to see what's over here for just a second. When you hit people with the bad guys with Death's Scythe, they automatically, what is this? Ah, sweet. They automatically, their souls are enslaved for a certain amount of time. And so that's what you're seeing these enemies blow up before I get to them. There's a reason I only talk to a handful of people on social media, man. A lot of snakes here. Becomes clear as day when you've seen it enough too. I try not to do that. I mean, okay, luckily it didn't, well, shoot, that did a lot of damage. I forgot I didn't have a bow and arrow there. I mean, like, that's my thing. I try to check in as best as I possibly can. If I haven't heard from somebody for a while, I'll check with them privately and make sure they're doing okay and say hi. That's kind of what I like to do. I'm not interested in whether they thought my post was good or caught my latest stream. Like, if I haven't heard from you and I'm reaching out, it's not because I want an analytic, it's because I want to know if you're doing okay, or I hadn't heard from you in a while and, you know, want to see, you know, if you're working on something, is there something I can help with? If you're feeling down, is there something I can offer? Do you want to, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's a weird thing to do these days. It didn't used to be, a long time ago. Used to being there for friends and talking to people was just kind of the normal thing, but it's become taboo now. Then again, my family's hearts pictures of our babies and pet. My family hearts pictures of our babies and pet. Yeah, I've seen on YouTube itself videos about drama or he said, she said stuff, and I'm like, really? Enough? Yeah, exactly. Forgot to mention, neither of you liked my last tweet, so I'm afraid I'll be ignoring you for 2 weeks until I grow up. Thank you. That's really good. I like the way that you shifted the onus on that one, so you're like, nah, it's me, it's good. I forgot to mention sorry. Whoops, this is what you get for not being on social media for a lot for 2 weeks. There we go again, yeah. I never realized how many hot takes I may have. And that's the problem. I think we've got a real bad, I know I'm killing my timer right now, but that's okay. We've got a really bad, case of drone mine these days, and it's really frustrating. There's a reason I say hope all is well to you guys ever so often. I like to check in with a few people. Yeah, of course, and that's exactly the case. I mean, sometimes it's just nice to break the monotony. Sometimes it's just, you know, you're doing your normal day to day, and it's nice to have someone reach out or be reached or reach out to and say, hey, how you doing? This is also why the small communities are good. If I, for whatever reason, got 1 million followers, I couldn't DM everyone and say, hey, are you well at the moment? I agree. The thing about it is, when people, I don't think there's any problem with, me personally, I don't think there's any major issue with fame. You know, I think any one of us could be happy for, that's an ice grenade, I don't guess I really care about that. I think any of us could be proud or happy for each other if we, got 1 million followers or something like that, 1 million subscribers, and could make a legitimate career out of it. But I don't think it would make sense for any of us to try and act like that we've just gained 1 million friends. And I can't speak for anyone else because it's not my place, but for myself, my purpose, my purpose was not, I mean, if I got the 1 million followers, then that's great, but my purpose wasn't to do that. It was just, I enjoy people and community and old games, and it's kind of nice to get to share. How many boss cells? I need 2 boss cells. I've only got 1 boss cell active right now, so. It's strange, when I asked Viddy how he replied, well, how he was when he replied, well, how's this? And he whipped out, I'll be talking about in detail in 25 years. We're in Twin Peaks territory. Yeah, that's true. Oh man, that's good. Okay, Black Bridge it is. I'm not gonna, there's no way I'm gonna get the extra cells in the door here. I spoke, in fact, what is it with you all being fascinated? I don't know. Okay, this wasn't a time when it was 60 enemies without damage, which I definitely took damage. I spoke with the other day, I'm constantly fascinated with wanting to make a group channel, but I have a hard time trusting people, which is why I'm really careful. How many cells do I have? I want Alucard's outfit, so I've got enough to... So here's the thing, I get Simon's outfit or Alucard's. I want Alucard's for sure. But I also have, I think, the Vampire Killer. I don't have enough for both, so let's do Alucard. Yes, let's finish Alucard, and then let's do... start doing the Vampire Killer, because I feel like it's going to be almost like Death Scythe, honestly. You can't change your costume except for at the very beginning, so it won't matter. Upgrade to S quality, I've got plenty. Upgrade to plus and plus, and I will leave those modifiers as they are. Wait, what does my Scythe have? Colorless, the highest level, 70% to stun, 75% to rooted. Shoots an arrow in front of you at 233 damage, plus 187, so 1055 DPS. That's beautiful. I think I can do one more modifier. Let's do Killer Instinct. Okay. There we go. The little flask is broken. I don't know why. Alan Wake and yeah, that's what I had heard too, but I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know if it was a direct correlation or not. So back to the trusting thing. I asked my thoughts with social media and some drama YouTubers engage in through videos alone. I can be unsure sometimes of who to trust and stuff. I understand that, and I understand being leery. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't ask for you to trust me. I put my most genuine self out there, and if you do, you do, and if you don't, that's okay too. Do you know Alucard backwards is gullible fun? Yeah, that's not it. Son of Dracula. I know my stuff. I was always very wary of people claiming that they had watched something of mine when they definitely hadn't. I just think, why lie? Just tell me you haven't watched it. It's completely fine. Yeah, no, I get it. I get that. So you get the boss theme from oh shoot. Oh wait, I can use traps. Do I have a trap? Uh-oh. Yep. Oh, I forgot. Dang it, I don't have a trap. I just have the power of chickens. Ah. God dang it. It's... I think a lot... Oh. I need this to not... Okay, I need health real bad. There we go. I want this... Oh, I don't want the power of chickens again. I just want the ice grenade to work. Okay. Oh, well, that was brilliant. I hit the wrong trigger. Okay, I got him. Good lord. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I think a lot of people want... Let me grab these gold teeth. Ice grenade 5. What do I have? I have 1+. Inflicts 81. 6-second freezes the victim. Remains explode 14. Slowdown afterthought twice as long. Fighters crawl from the dead. That's pretty good actually. Let's do that. Pick up the impaler. That's not as good, and that's fine. Okay. I think a lot of people do that for the kind of clout. Like that's another thing. I get a lot of people that'll be like, "Oh, I love your stuff. Can I be a mod?" It's very, very quick. "Oh, I love your stuff. I can be a mod." "Oh, you really like my stuff?" Well, that was the ulterior motive was that you wanted to be a mod. I really don't get offended. Someone said, "Yeah, it's not for me." I respect. Yeah, of course. But a positive thing is how our individual personalities and stuff, whether it's purely pun, sarcasm, video game skits, hashtag use the knife, pretty much anyone in the communities I can get to. Sure, be friends. Yeah. And you have a very versatile personality, though, Viddy. To be completely honest with you. So, for example, I love Viddy videos. Watch them all the time. I love his guitar covers. They're great. Then again, algorithms be darned. I wonder how many of our videos go up like my Zelda video recently. In fact, I figured the Resident Evil video would get more traction, not Breath of the Wild. Yeah, it's all time. It's just weird how what is promoted and what isn't promoted and so on and so forth. No, I'm not gonna. I only got 12 cells from that, so I'll put them into the vampire killer. I've left the specialist showroom alone because of it. Streamers. Okay, hold on. Streamers having trouble with the first boss in Dead Cells. Man, gamers are soft. It's tough. There's definitely some stuff that I've died on and stuff that isn't. I do have a couple of I did have a couple of things active when I was doing it. Like if I died, I didn't want to respawn from the beginning on that. So guitar covers Dalek. Have you been hacking my videos again? Dalek is silent. It's neutral on the issue. It doesn't want to engage in serious conversations except for the guitar covers and stares. We grab those gold teeth. Kind of reminds me when I knocked out my neighbor. She got back up though. 85 years old, strong woman. Hey, Omega. Omega's in here. How are you doing? It's good to get to hear from you. I'm just kind of doing a fun run. Nothing too serious. Kind of giving impressions on this, but I really have to say this Return to Castlevania DLC ultimately has impressed me greatly. What does this one take me to? I like Stilt Village, but I think this takes me to Fractured Shrines. I'll go to the Stilt Village. You gotta find some keys in there, so hopefully it's not it's between 1 and 3 keys you have to find in Stilt Village. It's kind of a bugger. But yeah, it's good to get. It's good. I try to pop in and say hi on your streams as frequently as I can. I'm always listening to them, but I've been traveling a lot recently, so usually I have to listen to them while I'm driving. It's very difficult to text. Well, obviously, it's not safe to text while I'm. It's not safe to text while I'm driving, but dang it. I still try to do that. Let me pause this for a second so I can make sure I'm caught up. Breath of the Wild gets more viewers than RE4. Gamers are disappointing. I agree, but yeah. I know, videos about old games gets views. Not really booing. Yeah, old game. Well, you'd think that, but then it's funny because some of my retro game videos don't, and some of them do. Doing well. Hi, oh yeah. I think Retro should have the 4 horsemen around his bed and frame photos, each of us at one corner of the bed. That'd be fun. Have you figured out how to fight Draki? I have, and I have fought him, and he is brutal. I passed the Dracula fight for the first time yesterday morning, actually. And it was that's my only issue. This game would be this DLC would be a 10 on 10. It is, in my opinion, a 9 on 10 because I feel like it was a little circuitous, maybe just a little esoteric on how to get everything going. And it was enough so because I spent 2 or 3 days trying to figure out what in the world I was doing. Rather slow. He's not. It's there. You couldn't have done worse than I did for certain. Especially. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but anyway, yeah, I didn't. You couldn't have. Fun fact: Dracula spelled backwards is Bell. It's not. It's just the same way that Alucard backwards isn't gullible. That's my only major complaint about this game, if it could be considered major, is that I felt like the game. I felt like getting it going. I felt like getting it going was a little tough, and then I felt that figuring out how to Dracula was a little unnecessarily circuitous. But other than that, this is a 9 on 10. This would have been a 10 on 10. This is probably the best DLC I've ever played for any game. I mean, that's pretty darn solid. Oh shoot. I absolutely love the music. I can't wait for them to release a the album. They did say that, I mean, some of this is retro, but I believe the composer said he would be doing iTunes and they would have at least a digital soundtrack come out in the coming month. I keep forgetting I don't have a freaking bow and arrow. Oh shoot. So I only have one boss cell right now active. So there's some doors I'm not going to be able to get into. I should be able to get into most of these though, because you need... I'm going to guess 2 this time. You always need between 1 and 3 village keys to get through the door. Let's see. On the assist mode? I see an assist mode down there. Does this game keep saying, hey, why not turn on assist mode every time you die? Because, kind of. There are some things in assist mode that I am using right now. Like, one of them is, just because, as I said, I didn't want to wander around blindly on stream and look stupid, I have it where it'll reveal the whole map. That part of it is that normally you wouldn't know what the map is, but I have it so I can kind of glance down and see what's going on. It doesn't suggest you turn it on necessarily, but yeah, there's some things you can do. Another thing that I did, just so it wouldn't be so frustrating, is normally when you die, you have to start all over again. I did do it where I'll respawn from the previous boss so that you guys wouldn't have to see me, if I died a ton of times, you wouldn't have to see me continually start over. So they do there's some really neat stuff to make it work. Make it work well for a stream. Oh, shoot. When Hideo Kojima first came up with the idea of Castlevania, he was inspired by the classic portrayal of John Carpenter's Vampires on Ice, starring Boris Lugosi. Yeah, that video, your response, I was gonna be like, I don't think Kojima did Castlevania. I think he did Metal Gear. I may not know what fact means. Yeah, that's a very Peter Griffin moment. Fun fact, I also may not know what the word fact means. That's just how I kind of imagined it being. Being said. It reminded me of I think I've maybe mentioned this before. Come on. I think I may have mentioned this. Oh, shoot. I hate these little warping slimes. Alright. It was the moment where he was talking to Lois and she said something, I can't remember what it was, and he's, wait. Lois, this is not my Batman glass. And you're like, oh, that wasn't even what you were talking about. Is there a point to redeem on here if you push retro to talk like Peter Griffin for 10 minutes? I don't know how to do that on YouTube. There probably is a way to do it, I just don't know how to. Well, this is a useless hidden room. My goodness. What was the other one where I can't remember what it was, but something like he sticks forks in his eyes? And he's like, well, these are not my glasses. I mean, they're real good for seeing forks, but not much else. And I was like, oh, okay. But anyway, something about the intonation of the way that I read that in my head. I say that, I don't have, this is gonna, oh shoot. I don't have inner monologue. So it's not really intonation, I guess it's just the way I read it. Get it, Maria. Son of a gun, that's the same building. What the heck? I get a triple jump, but that last one's not very good. Metal Gear was Koji Igarashi. It was not. Koji Igarashi was Castlevania. Metal Gear Solid 2's Codex predicted this live chat spooky. Is there a way? But there's a way, but it's really sloppily done. Do you have to use Streamlabs or something, Omega? Oh. Why does it have to be mostly Twitch? Yeah, I don't know. Twitch has definitely set itself up as the better streaming platform, I think, but I don't know. I feel like that the people on YouTube have been the community on the community on YouTube has been a lot better. It's a quality versus quantity type of thing, if I can say that. Twitch, how would I explain this? It seems like, and again, could be wrong, survival. It seems like to me, I slammed down all the way through those spikes. That was really brilliant to me. Okay. I think that it's kind of the equivalent. I'm going to use the Aaron Hansen sequelitis piece, but Twitch is kind of the potato chip versus the high-class snack, high-class dessert, you know? I don't need any of that. Twitch does really well to get the kind of potato chip consistent or constant fast flow of... And we'll do brutality. Of content in front of you, and that way you have, you know, people that you can just observe en masse and jump from stream to stream. That's not worth it. And YouTube is the high-class dessert. It's like, okay, it wasn't as much of it, but it was a lot better than if I had just downed a bag of potato chips and felt empty at the end of that still. That's my opinion. You streamers and your fancy tech, back in my day, we would go outside and promptly were shot because we were drafted. There was a time, survival again. There was a time in my day where the sun was known as a light bulb and could be unplugged. You kids are running 24/7 with your willy-nilly rap music and your coffee. Your frappa mochachinos. Ah, shoot. Oh, that's a soul, thank God. Okay. You can see, there's a second key we just got there. Top-notch equipment. I wonder what it's doing here. Absolutely. Yeah. Turkey! Anything good? Illegible. Nope, can't read them. I don't know if it says illegible, but I wish it would have said illiterate. You're just discovering after you've trekked through the circles of hell effectively that you can't read. Dang it. Okay, there's that. Okay, let's see here. I want all those Twitch feet. Okay, hold on. Let me go back so I can. I think I'm behind. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe not too terrible. Track is groovy. It makes me want to leave my girlfriend and travel the world playing bass. It is a really good track. It's a Castlevania track too. But go outside. It says more people since early 2020. Though things do feel better, at least where I live. Yeah, yeah. Why do I recognize the name Aaron? Yeah, you even spelled it right. It's one of the Game Grumps, but he did a thing called sequelitis way back in the day, which I found to be pretty good. One thing that Twitch, again, does not have, you cannot rewind streams unless it's finished. YouTube, you can. I agree. I know, that's really... Retro be inspiring me to do voice work. In fact, Tiger Chainsaw said on so much as an update video of mine, I should pursue it, and he's not the only person to say that. That'd be brilliant. I think it'd be fun. Speaking of coffee, I thought Ariana Grande was a coffee. I didn't know she was a pop star. I only found out a few years back. Ariana Grande. Can you do me a favor? I'd like to order one Ariana Grande, and then I think my wife would like one Ariana Venti. Venti? Is that like large? That's a quote at the JonTron. You can voice all the characters in my game if you want. Heck yeah, I'd love to. Twin Peaks, you know this. You know this is, excuse me, a dang fine coup of coffee. I've had many cups of coffee all over the world, and this one is the best. Yeah, Game Grumps, yeah. So yeah, I do outside. I don't work outside, but I have to go outside quite a bit. Even pre-2020, I have a I have an allergy to the sun called PMLE, so I stay covered up anyway. So it's nothing's really changed for me. COVID didn't change anything for me whatsoever. I love that little blue. That looks like the little blue Pac-Man ghost. It looks like, is it Blinky? Or is it Inky? I can't remember. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, Clyde. I know Pinky and Clyde. I know Pinky's the pink one and Clyde is the... I can't remember. I think Inky's the blue one, actually. But I think that looks like Inky and I love it. I'm serious. I genuinely didn't know. If I go outside, the scenery has to be as beautiful as Twin Peaks. No exceptions. It's not going to be if you go outside here. I mistyped coup instead of cup. Gosh darn it. I'm failing at school spelling. That's okay. Problem I have with outside is that humans roam out there. Weird. Ye humans, I better stay inside. Personal contact and other people talking. Inky Blinky two. No, that's not it. I tell people it's a laughing teacup because the ear looks like a handle to me. It does. I'm looking at it from a little farther back, and it reminds me a lot of Inky from Pac-Man. I don't know if it is Inky from Pac-Man. That's just what it looks like. Kind of looks like a blue. Yeah, it does. I can see both of those. I did not do that, so I almost felt like the Tommy Wiseau. I did not. Okay, let's get Vampire Killer. Oh, dang it, I'm gonna be 3 cells short. That sucks. That's okay. That's alright. The next thing we'll make sure I get those cells. Why is the flask broken? I don't know why this giant flask is oftentimes not broken. You refill your flask in it, but right now it's broken. Oh, I don't want to go to the bank. No, forget that. I've been there. It sucks. You guys think Miss Pac-Man cheats on Pac-Man? Interesting. Discuss. No, I don't think so. She's faster than him, but I gotta be honest, he was the one that was bringing pellets home first. And I honestly just think she's been riding on those coattails. No, that's not supposed to be dirty, by the way. Just, I mean, no. Then again, the emoji might be different on my browser. Happens when I and family exchange text emojis all the time. A dog emoji is a different breed of dog depending on who gets the texts. Miss Pac-Man is cheating with... Peach has definitely had a balance on... I don't think so. If you play Super Mario Odyssey, there is kind of an answer to that question. I'm gonna say the answer is no. Based on what I've seen. Mama Peach, I'm your mom. Yeah, that was a sad... To me, that was sad at the very end when... Is that really... if I say this, am I gonna spoil the... Son of a gun. Am I gonna spoil the ending of Super Mario Sunshine for anybody? Or is everybody kind of like, ah, nah, we already know it? Because I certainly wouldn't want to spoil it, and I do realize that the game, Super Mario 3D All-Stars is out, which does give new life to the game for people that have the OLED. Boy, Death's Scythe is ridiculous. I'm hoping... Uh-oh. Dang, god dang. If people haven't played Sunshine at this point, they deserve to have their thumbs removed. Sunshine's great. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it then. I felt that it was really sad when Bowser was having to, like, reconcile to Bowser Jr. that Peach wasn't his mom. And I know that... Oh, shoot, there's spikes up there. I know that, God dang it! I didn't... Quit throwing those! I thought it was sad. I thought it was sad to have the like sad Bowser there going, I've got to tell you something, and then his son being like, I know, she's not really my mother, and Bowser's like, but I worked so hard. They kind of humanized him in a way, and I thought that was really, I don't know, it was kind of sweet. Couldn't get over Flood. I know. That was that Super Mario Sunshine is remarkably son of a gun, remarkably underrated. I remember back when it was out, when it first came out, and I was talking to some friends. Again, I worked in the gaming. I I worked in the gaming industry at that time. I just let myself take that to the face. I worked in the gaming industry at that time, and I remember people telling me, well, it's not that great. Why can't I can't triple jump past that. Okay, we're just gonna have to go up the round sideways. That'll do. But I was being told, God, that killed my health because I got hit twice. I got stuck. I'll do brutality. Flute's voice, right? It's true Peach isn't your mother, but this is, and then walks Toad. You pronounce it as Flood, not Flood. Thought you were a gaming expert. Yeah, because it's supposed to be Flood, but it's spelled with UDD, that's Flood. I mean, I guess it could be Flood, but that spelling to me always is like, maybe I'm implying there's an umlaut. That's probably what's going on. It's pronounced Haluk if you spell it backwards. Only if you spell it backwards, Ash. That's funny. Okay, there we go. Once you start getting all of the bad guys racked up with Death's Scythe, it gets... Once you get all the bad guys racked up with Death's Scythe, you have enough souls basically to take down a room or two before you start needing help again. Of course, my health's not doing too well. There's some random cells, that'll help. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's definitely the clock tower key right there. There we go. We're all predicting the Mario movie plotline, which will probably be about Peach, which will probably be about who Peach is actually mother to or something. That would be interesting. In fact, the Mario movie better have Mama Peach, the Mama Peach thing where it's a 0 out of 10 from me. No exceptions, like Kid Sunshine did that, and I wanted something to be a bit different. I think they did a pretty good job, and in fact, Omega's playing, had been playing Super Mario RPG, which has a lot of kind of cool backstory twists and turns, which I feel like also humanize the characters further. I should have right there. Apparently, deleted scenes from the Mario movie is weird. They're all on Jerry Springer. I can see why it got deleted, at least in today's day and age. I can understand why it got deleted. So that's why Bowser had Luigi in the trailers. Great, trailer spoiling everything again. I'm getting a little... Super Mario RPG is it is a time eater. It is a good time eater. It is a wonderful game, but it is a time eater. Any of the games that really followed up Super Mario RPG, which are most of the Paper Marios now, did that really... Yeah, I know. Okay, fine. I think did a really good job of making a long Mario game that is really good. Okay, so I did unlock that. I'll go ahead and finish unlocking his Simon's, I guess. Super Mario RPG should have a sequel with Luigi being playable. That would be cool. Superstar Saga did do that, but I don't feel like as many people really know Superstar Saga. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, hold on. Can I... Yes. There we go. Yes! It's not as good as the Scythe, so I've got it as a secondary weapon, but it's way better than what I had. Upgrade that to that, so now I get 1133. So 1604, I've got version 4S at 187% damage, 129% damage. Here is 1133. Colorless, the highest level. Victims release Toxin Cloud at each hit. 50% damage when you are at max HP and the victim remains explode. That's fantastic. We'll go ahead and up my ice grenade 5. So, okay, the flask isn't broken here. Maybe that's just an ossuary thing. So if your flask is full but you have that, then you heal automatically and your flask is filled all the way. I hope Mario and Luigi doing Coke off Yoshi's back in the new movie based on Miyamoto's real life. Miyamoto did... No, I don't know about the Coke thing, but I know he did base a lot of his games off of his own. Like, obviously, the original Zelda was based off of it. Mario, the character, was based off of something he experienced in real life. Nintendogs was based off his love of dog breeding, so... He does definitely base a lot of stuff off of real-life experience. Do the later Mario RPGs, especially Paper Mario, get too much hate? Yes, I do think that, especially Color Splash. No, I'm sorry, Sticker Star. Sticker Star got way too much hate, and I thought that game was great. Most games get too much hate, to be honest. That's true. Reminded me to play this game again. It's so much fun, and I'm only... This is just a regular old playing through. I'm not even on the Castlevania. I'm just playing the... I'll go into the Castlevania for a bit, and then I'll show something else off, and then I'll, you know, get out of the way, but yeah. Pikmin was based off of Miyamoto's gardening. I thought that was something, I didn't know exactly what, but yeah. What is wrong with Miyamoto's garden? He had varmints in it. God dang it. God dang it. He's not... He doesn't seem to be damaging me like he was the last time. Last time I was doing this, like, everything he did hurt like crazy. But right now I've got a boss cell active and he's not doing a whole bunch of damage. I don't know what the deal is. The little red thing in the corner, by the way, is the boss cell. Mario Brothers was based off of Miyamoto's toilet. Not quite. Guess I can. Yeah, that's. I was just saying. I think it was based off of like a janitor though that worked for Nintendo. Something like that. Star Fox of his plane hijacking days back in. I don't think so. I will admit, Sticker Star I didn't necessarily like. It looks and sounds really good. Love the music and the gameplay can sort of work, but the progression is just awful. I feel like Splash and to an extent King fixed that. Yeah, I liked Sticker Star. I got where the pacing wasn't quite up to it, but yeah. What is your favorite game of all time and why isn't it RE4? Because it's KOTOR. I'm putting a review out for it. You'll get it. Let's go, Thumb. Hey, thank you, Thumb. I have a, like I was saying, I thought this was going to be super difficult, because of the, I want that wolf trap. I want it instead of Poyo power, because the power of chicken did me no good. This is hijack planes, Metroid Prime, and that is an RE4. Thumb is back, all four horsemen are here, that's true, yeah. KOTOR Phil, oh, no, that's no fun. KOTOR is great. Now here's the thing, I get where... Yeah, why not? I forgot you could just go from the clock tower to Dracula's castle. So hey, perfect segue. I don't have to start all the way over. I might start over anyway and change to Alucard's outfit for a minute, but yeah. Retro, if we all take photos of ourselves just like we've just been arrested, where will you put them in your house? I don't know. Probably in a special area dedicated to mugshots. I'm not gonna give you any because I don't want the modifier change. Hi, Shinoa. These are all the glyphs that she could absorb but didn't bother to. I want the rest of Simon. And yes. I'll put the rest of them into that. He's Mr. Prisoner, sir, but I'm dressed like Maria Renard, so, you know. Neato. Shinoa is great. Shinoa is a great character, and I was originally going to play more Order of Ecclesia today, but, in order to do what I had to do, I gave an SD card to a buddy of mine to take care of some stuff, to do some stuff for him, and I ended up giving him basically that SD card had my save game and such on it, so I've got to get it back. So that's why I switched over to Dead Cells. A special area. I hope that's not the area he keeps his Vaseline. And no, well, no. Okay, I better get going. I know how to make my body less sore for some admin work. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know how to make my body less sore for some admin work in nearly an hour. See you all in the Metal Gear Solid 2 Codex later. We'll see you later, Viddy. I hope you do get to I hope you do get to feeling better. I get you. Be well, you all. I will most certainly try. Why is the loading all wonky on this right now? It doesn't usually take this long to load. I'm not sure what's going on. I kid. Be well, yo. Okay. Sorry, I read that. Everyone's be well. Did you know Dracula backwards is Alucard? Fun gamer fact for all you gamers. Okay, this is the first one you did that was correct. Games froze. It's got the loading logo is still going, but it may be. Dracula backwards is Alucard, or vice versa. But that didn't come first in games. That came first in a 20s or 30s film called Son of Dracula. I don't understand what it is. There we go. I don't know. I don't understand what was going on there. Smart gamer knowledge. I mean, it definitely is. And again, if you've not watched the Netflix series, catch up before Requiem comes out because it is really good. Oh, it's Boer. Come here, Boer. So this is what the DLC looks like. Now, this isn't the entirety of the DLC. There's quite... You actually can start up from before where I was. I started off at the ossuary, which isn't necessary to actually start playing. I'll show you from... Son of a gun. That hurt. That hurt. Spear guard. Oh, that's Dracula. Oh, shoot. That kill. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I'm gonna up survival too. So while you're in this, Dracula will just randomly spawn and throw stuff at you. Sometimes it's bats, sometimes it's fireballs, sometimes he'll flash and the castle will be upside down all of a sudden. But the problem with it is, unlike Soten, you don't stay right side up, you go upside down too. And it is actually difficult to play. There's some more survival, give me some more. Oh, I needed to do brutality there, but oh well. There's no way Dracula spells vice versa backwards. No, not the vice versa. That loading, Bloodborne launch. It's not normally that bad. I don't know what happened. So there's the bats, for example, which the souls that I saved happily took the brunt of. Now I unlocked. There is a secret for Richter, which I believe is here. I've already unlocked him in the previous one, but I never got to play as him. Do it in this one here too. No, he's not there. Love the Easter egg room on this map. I would say I hope I didn't spoil something there. What is a miserable little pile of secrets, of course. Wonderful, wonderful. I just jumped straight into the axe armor. Okay, you probably noticed me jumping around, swinging at nothing on hard mode with such a small health potion. You're great at this. Castlevania DLC is cool. They should make it into a franchise. Ah, oh, shoot! Oh, god dang! That hurts so bad. Thank you. Yeah, I don't disagree. This is great. It's really fun. What the heck is this? Oh, I keep trying. Anyway, you keep noticing me smash like this. I'm trying to smash candles to get sub weapons. But you don't do that in this. You get your sub-weapons by picking them up from fallen enemies. So if you see me doing that, you will see me doing it. Like this right here, I know for a fact, I'm going to demonstrate. But like if you see me, see there's the upside down we were talking about? But you don't your controls are actually backwards, so luckily I've gotten used to playing it upside down, but it's still not easy. Am I... This looks Medusa-y. Yep. Ah, shoot. Come on. I didn't mean to throw those wolf traps there. God dang it. It's alright, she'll get caught in them. That'll do. God dang it. That's why he's top 285 streamers. Hey, you know what? That's better. There are millions out there, I'm sure. She almost killed me. God dang it. Okay, this is the key. This is dilapidated, petrified. That's not as good as the one I have. Make sure I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's not even close to as good as the one I have. That's half as good. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna grab that pastry from up there real quick and then I'll teleport back out. Oh, shoot. I I know it's a random thing. I'm cursed. I have to kill 25 enemies. Right now, it won't. I was gonna refill my health, but right now it doesn't matter. If I don't kill 25 enemies before the curse wears off, I'm a one-hit kill until then. I'm a one-hit kill until I kill 25 enemies. There we go. That's how I'm gonna say that. That's back up to where. Yeah, no, that's not. Have you guys noticed that roguelikes have just completely blown up? They're everywhere. Well, that's the beautiful thing about this, is that this game is still it's technically one DLC, but then every time you load in, it's different. I mean, there are some telltale signs. I'm not gonna let that touch me. There are some... No! Oh, God. There are some telltale signs of what certain rooms are. I'm gonna go ahead and do brutality. Right now, survivability won't do me any good. Shoot. God dang it. $12 still? Dang. Okay, hold on. I don't want him to hit me either. Harpy's a... Golly. So yeah, I did turn on the resurrection, but yeah, you can kind of see what that does. I'm not gonna let that touch me. It gives me PTSD. Good lord. Yeah. No. Anyway, it's definitely fun. This is anyway. That's one of the things I put where I could resurrect from the last save, but I'm going to. I don't want to spoil a whole lot. I wanted to showcase it. This is going to be kind of a shorter stream, just because again the nerve pain in my face is pretty extreme, and the medication I can only take certain times of the day, so it's wearing off right now. So it's actually starting to hurt pretty profusely. But I will show real quick. I'll showcase what I was showing. This is for those of you who are taking a look. Just bought Rogue Legacy 2 for Switch. Good call. That's a good game. I will leave this be for just now. Anyway, a lot of fun. Biggest gripe about it, really fun. The music is fantastic. It plays tight. It's got all of the cool visuals when it comes to weapons and when it comes to people, characters. All of it's great. Biggest issue is it is a bit circuitous, both to get started as well as it's mentioned, but it is there's a little bit of looping, let's just say, that has to happen in order to get the true ending. And that looping is a smidge frustrating. It's not awful. It doesn't diminish the fun. It's just I'm sorry for dropping by so briefly, Retro, but I have to get going. Let's catch up soon. Absolutely. Yeah, I just appreciate you for stopping in and saying hi. Whenever you get time, man, I'd love to say hi. I'd love to chat for a little while, see how you and your family are doing. So just whenever you have some time, let me know. I'm happy to do it. But yeah, there's a point in order to get to the true ending, which is a bit difficult. That you have to kind of loop around and do some stuff, and very, very, it's always a pleasure. Yeah, no, I know that if nothing else, for posterity, it'll be there. So I'm sure Viddy will see that if he comes back to this. So what I will show, I guess, for the last on that is, what I will say is on this, the music is good. Like I said, controls are good. Aesthetics are good. The weapons are fun. The boss fights are awesome. And the pixel art to it and the character design looks great. It's just got a lot of real Castlevania charm, a lot of retro charm, excuse me, but it is certainly a bit circuitous in its execution when it comes to starting it and when it comes to getting the true ending. And I think that being the case is a little bit of a bummer, a little downer, but otherwise not too bad at all. Very, very fun. I will go ahead and go back to the beginning and change my outfits real quick and such, but and then I will show off the game pack. This is for you, Ash, to show you what I decided to do. I'll explain why I decided to do it as well. And then I will, I'll probably call this a stream, just kind of a nice little short, hour and a half or so. What am I playing this on? I'm playing it on Switch. I did switch it around too. You can use the thumbstick. That's the default it asks for, but I did switch it because I wanted to use the D-pad. So I used the D-pad on this. And there's the boss cell that I had active. Oh, that's why it reduces the number of health fountains, is the boss cell. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, me neither. It doesn't work very well for me. But yeah, I can start off with a random weapon. In this case, I got a sapphire amulet. But let's go change my outfit real quick. And I now have the Alucard, and I have the Simon. The Simon looks really cool. And then I have Nubby Knight. It's kind of adorable. I'm gonna do Alucard though, because why wouldn't I? He's shorter than Maria, but that's alright. Nice, okay, that looks good. I like that. The Simon one is super cool. Yeah, let's take a look at that in action real quick, just because it is. Oh. Yeah, the Simon one looks really good. I'll go back to Alucard just because it happens to be my favorite, but... And then you get to play as Richter in this. Now that I have not gotten to do. I figured out how to unlock Richter, but I haven't finished the... But this is really, really cool. Very, very Soten feeling, especially considering that the music is from Symphony. See, is it... Okay, this is Rise of the Giants DLC, by the way. Going after him. I can't do that. Anyway, yeah, this is great. This is a lot of fun. So. I'm gonna play Soten through for the first time in a few months. I've played 30 minutes of it in the past, and that's all. Yeah, this is great. So, okay. So I will go ahead and show, I did go ahead and break down and get the pass. And you've already played on the NES and SNES 7-day trial, so you understand what that does. You also get, just for the regular pass, you do get the Game Boy games. And they actually came out with some new ones, which are really cool. Which are Burger Time and Kirby's Dream Land 2. But Gargoyle's Quest is probably the reason. That one and probably that one and maybe Mario and Super Mario Land 2. But the reasons I got it, which were a little bit, I will say that I got it and there was the Sega one, which is less worth it because they did release a Sega collection for the Switch, which I have. But sadly, that one didn't allow me to play it online with friends, and so this one I can actually play online with some friends. And this one does have Contra Hardcore and Castlevania Bloodlines, which are very expensive and hard to get a hold of if you can't already. And but I actually have a complete in box Bloodlines and Sword of Vermilion and all that. It's really neat. Columns, I've had that since 1990, like 2 or 3, something like that. And the Sega one is a little bit pointless with that, except for that you can play it online with some friends. Like, I gotta say that Golden Axe is still really fun to get to play online with friends. Well, I don't care if I'll showcase that right the frick up here. I don't even care. Give me a second and I'll do it. But yeah, I thought I had done, or we had already done that, but I absolutely will. And then they did the Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance, which doesn't really have a lot, but honestly, Metroid Fusion, Minish Cap, and Superstar Saga are pretty darn worth it, and they look really good too. Nintendo. So you can actually see if I went over to the 4:3 aspect ratio. That's pretty close. It's not quite there. But you can see where I kind of... It's a pretty close look. And then N64, which you just said you would do it for, that's the entire reason I got it. I wanted to play Pilot Wings, believe it or not, and Banjo-Kazooie, obviously. I don't know why they used the Mario sound on that. That didn't have anything to do with specifically the 64. But we got you can play these online. So there's GoldenEye right there. Mario Parties 1 and 2, some Pokemon games, and you can actually play these online with other people too. So we've got, yeah, there's Banjo-Kazooie right there. Paper Mario, that's Sin and Punishment, you know, there's actually some good stuff. And so, for example, if I wanted to hop online and I wanted to play, again, you know, Mario Party with some friends, I could actually play. This is really cool because for the first time, really ever, with the exception of emulation, you can play Mario Party 1 and Mario Party 2 online with a whole bunch of friends who also have the pack, and I think that's really freaking awesome to me. So, Ocarina's on? Yeah, Ocarina's here. No, never mind. Ocarina. Yeah, Ocarina's right there. There we go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Paper Mario too. Like, I mean, these are here's the thing. Like, I have several of these cartridges, but I can play these. Yeah. Here, let's. I'll show you. We'll do Pilot Wings because that's a little bit trickier to run than the other ones. Me too. So here's this. I was playing it already, so we'll do continue. And I'm I'm not gonna do that one again. I'll try this one. I'm probably gonna fail. These are hard. There's a picture of me somewhere as a kid playing banjo. That's awesome. See? I freaking love Banjo-Kazooie. But just so you can see, I mean, this is... I mean, the frame rate is pretty locked down, honestly. I don't know where in the world I'm going. I didn't pay near enough attention, but you take a look at the I'm trying to fly close here so you can see the textures. I mean, you can see that the textures are still rough textures, but if you take a peek at them, they're definitely a lot cleaner and clearer. The frame rate, like I said, is just ridiculous for seeing that. I mean, this looks pretty darn good. I wish they would add snowboard kids. Absolutely, I wish they would do that. I don't know if they will or not, but I'm gonna hold my breath for it because they are supposed to be adding quite a few. They're supposed to be adding quite a few games. I don't know how many they're gonna add and how frequently they're gonna add, but I do know that they're supposed to be adding. Yeah, see, I mean, this is nice. This is one of the games that I had wanted to play on the channel in the first place that it just didn't work out incredibly well. Let's get some altitude here. I'm in trouble. Okay, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I don't know how I'm supposed to be tackling this. Let me see if I can just land the bleeding thing. I gotta find the, I need to find the airstrip, which I don't think I'm gonna find. And if I can't find the airstrip, I'll just have to try to land in anywhere. This is clearly not the way this was intended to be done, though. I'm gonna run out of fuel before I even find half of the rings. Games were so much simpler back then. Or games were much simpler back then. The memories. I know. And this is the thing that really. Is that the strip right there? I think it is. That's one of the things that really gets to me. Is like this is literally just flying. They had this for the Super Nintendo as well, but it was just literally flying through rings and trying to fly a helicopter and land a helicopter. You know. Coming a little hot. Came in a little hot. The impact on that's going to be pretty rough. I missed like 8 rings, I think. Came in way too hot though. The impact on that's like a 3. 6 they gave me out of 10. They gave me a 6 out of 10? That's really... Yeah. I actually did a lot better on that than I thought I did, but even still, that's not good. But like, yeah, it runs really well. Oops. And if I go... and go to game selection, we'll try a different game just for the fun of it. I think they overcomplicate games so much nowadays. Yeah, but then on top of that, they don't expect that you know what you're doing, so you go through 5.5 hours of tutorial also. So here's Mario Golf for this, and of course, again, you can play multiplayer, you can play online. For now, I'll just play as, I'll play as Baby Mario. And I'll just for fun, we'll do tournament. I'm not gonna do a full tournament, but... Yeah, and they started doing that really in the PS2 Xbox era, in my opinion. There's a lot of wind here, for no good reason. What's the wind? 21 wait. Is that what that says? 21... Am I wrong? Is that the wind or is that the shot? Okay, so... That's gonna go way over and this might as well have been a boomerang. I got applause. But anyway, you can see, I mean, it looks pretty good. All things considered, it's got a kind of a cleaner aesthetic, and it's got kind of a. Am I in the rough, or did I end up on the fringe? Yep, nope. Oh. That's way off. DK64 needs to be on here. I appreciate you showing me these. I was on the fence about it, but it's more than enough. I so far have not regretted it. It is $49.99 a year, but I honestly don't think that's terrible, considering what all you're getting.
Nice part.
So, that's a good question. Though. Let's just for the fun of it, let's see how a Zelda game runs on here. Yeah, they don't have DK64 on here. Here's the thing, they may not be able to just because of the Microsoft thing. They shouldn't have a problem with it. They had it on the Wii U, but we'll do Ocarina here and just see what that looks like. Make sure it's kind of nice and sharp, which it already looks to be decent. The frame rate on this one's not as high, it doesn't look like, but that's also pre-render, so let's see. Long, okay. I'm glad Mario 60. Yeah, I am too. I agree with that. I know, tree. I want to skip the intro though. I just want to see how you run. Not the tree, just the game. See, I can already see there's a big difference in the there's a big difference in the sharpness, in my opinion. I think this is already a lot sharper looking on the edges and such. Okay, Lonk. Come on, bud. And we're gonna have the whole flashback with Ganondorf. There goes Impa. And Mr. Dragmire. I'm not as big. I'm obviously a much bigger fan of Castlevania than I am Zelda, but I still play Zelda, and I've enjoyed the heck out of it. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon the realm. It's climate change. My girlfriend wants to watch some horror shorts. I chose well, so I'll be heading off in a bit too. That's alright, no worries. Imagine if Castlevania 64 was on here. Absolutely. I have, luckily, my 64 is hooked up for in here, but I don't have a 64 in every room of the house. So I would have to come to this room to play 64 games, and then on top of that, I would have to I don't think I would be able to do any online plays, what I'm trying to say. But I will, eventually I'll play Castlevania, I'll play the other one, I'll play Castlevania 64 Curse of Darkness, because I have that one, which is a much better version of the first one, in my opinion, of the Castlevania 64. But I will play it eventually on the channel. I do have it.
Hello.
I can't guarantee it's going to look super pretty because I will be playing it off of the original hardware, but I can guarantee it'll be... I can play it. But, I mean, look, we can look at this. The frame rate looks nice and smooth. The frame rate looks like it's definitely been upscaled a bit, and the textures, while there's still some of them obviously very muddy because they didn't do a texture swap, there's a lot like the edges are much more clear cut. The resolution is definitely a lot better.
Hello.
Okay, Navi. Okay, I just want to see if it'll move well. The intro to this is way too long. It's true for any Zelda, really. Except for the... Well, no, that's true for any Zelda. Never mind. Except for the very first one. Except for the original... There we go. So you can see let's go outside. Let's take a look at how this looks. There's definitely some nostalgia here. I didn't play Legend of Zelda on the 64 until later. Because I was such a big fan of Link to the Past. So, let's just go ahead and get down here. I mean, this looks pretty good. This actually looks really good to me. That never was a true Kokiri, but that's okay. Okay, so let's just run around for a second here, but like, this to me looks really nice and clean and clear, and not bad at all. And you'll notice that on my borders that you'll notice that oh yeah, I forgot he won't let me through. You'll notice on my borders on there that they're not matched up. Like, for example, Pilot Wings had an envelope at the bottom, and this doesn't have as much of one. That's just because the N64 didn't have the exact same screen resolutions and such as each other. So, but let's pick a rock up and throw. I mean, like, this works just fine. This works better than fine, even. So, yeah. Lastly, I'll show off Banjo-Kazooie to see how it stacks up. I've played Banjo-Kazooie on the channel, so I'll show you how it stacks up to the, yeah, see, look right here. Play with everyone, play online. This is just super cool. So play with everyone, I believe, is just a random lobby. Play online, you can play online with friends. I'll take a look at Banjo-Kazooie real quick, and then Ash, I will flash the friend code up if you want it. If you are still here. And then I will get out of your way. Did I already start a... I did. Right here. And you can see this is just... This is the first time in Grundy's Castle for this, obviously, so I'd have to go and get the first gold Jiggy, which is over here. Now, what they did do, which is a little unusual, is that this is still the original Nintendo version. So, because it is still the original Nintendo version, they didn't change the control scheme to match up like the Xbox One did. So the bottom button on the Xbox is jump, whereas this is the same as it was on the N64. So A, which is actually the rightmost button, is jump. But it's not really all that hard to adapt to, especially because that was originally how I played it. It feels good. It feels just fine. Yeah, it feels just fine. There is something about the resolution of the, there's something about the way that they did the resolution on this, because this is just pretty well a straight port, I'm pretty sure, that makes it more nostalgic to me than the Microsoft version. even though they're the exact same game. But anyway, yeah. You can see, oh, you can't grab until the second one. There we go. I mean, it plays really well. And then the termites. So, yeah, not bad. If you're on the fence about Game Pack, I would argue that this is pretty darn well worth it, so. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way for this. I'm gonna let you guys all get back to your Sundays. And I hope you guys have, or are having, a great time. I want to say thanks again to everybody who popped in. So, of course, big thanks to Ash and Viddy, who were there, and Thumbros. I know you were in there and wishing me the GGs and all that good stuff, which I really appreciate. And Omega, thank you so much for stopping by. It's always great to get to see and talk with you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. All in all, if anyone's curious as to my opinion on the DLC for Castlevania, the answer is yes. I would absolutely consider spending the $9.99 that is necessary to purchase this. The game is absolutely fantastic. It plays very well. The music is wonderful. They are going to be releasing a digital soundtrack sometime, I think, before the end of next month. If I didn't say that before. But there is part or a snippet of the soundtrack to be listened to on the composer's channel on YouTube if you search for it, and it's just really, really well done. The skins, there's a lot of nostalgia to it. Of course, it's procedurally generated, so if you're a Castlevania fan, it's still going to be that same method when you play the first Castlevania again of going from point 1 to point Dracula, but you do get a procedurally generated series of rooms, so the layout, the bosses, how the enemies are distributed, what weapons and drops you're getting are all randomized every time you play through it. Every time you die and start over, every time you respawn if you're using that, it's a whole different beast, and it's a lot of fun. So kind of for $10 you're really getting not only a small Castlevania game, but you're getting one that has infinite potential and possibility, and I think it's a really awesome thing. And then to offer the second review for the game pack, I think it's good. I didn't think I was going to like it. I thought it was way too expensive. But now having the convenience of several of my favorite retro games at my fingertips, not just NES and SNES and Game Boy, but also Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, and Nintendo 64, and being able to play several of those games online with friends, especially things like the Mario Party games and Mario Golf for the N64, but also getting to play some of the Sega Golden Axe games, arcadey style games that, were ported to console from arcade. You might have been standing next to your buddy when you were playing those, and they may have spawned in as a dwarf, and you may have spawned in as an elf, and you're doing that. I think it's a lot of fun. So it's $49.99 a year, but for what I've seen so far, it's going to be a lot worth it. So I've actually really enjoyed it, and they don't overwhelm you with the choices like Game Pass. So the downside is there aren't as many games obviously to choose from as there are on Game Pass. Good news is they're retro games. You probably already have an idea of what you're going to play or want to play, and then even more so, the upside is that the friends that you're playing with probably also have an indication of what they want to play, and so you have this kind of retro collab, and they will continue to add new games. So I'm excited to see, you mentioned Castlevania 64, but I would be really interested to see them add some of the 64 games that they don't yet have on there. Castlevania 64 would be really awesome, or Castlevania Curse of Darkness, or not Curse of Darkness, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it right now. The other one, the Legacy of Darkness. There we go. I would love to see them put that one on there. I think that would be a really good addition to it. I think that they could add Pokemon Stadium 2 for people that are the Pokemon fans of that time. It'd be really interesting to see that kind of stuff. So really, really good. But any which way, you have my opinions on all of those. Again, huge thank you to everybody that was there. Be well, folks. This thumb. Sorry, I was kind of in and out of chat. No worries. I appreciate you for just showing up and saying hi, and I hope you're doing well. I'm always happy to talk. So if ever you decide you have some time, or maybe you just want to chat and catch up, I'd really love to do that. Anytime you have some. But otherwise, I'm going to leave you guys to the rest of your Sundays before work starts over again. I want to say that I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, a wonderful start to your week. And of course, I hope that you are all well. If ever you guys should want to reach out and talk and just, on the offline or just play games. Honestly, one of my favorite things to do is get to play games with guys like you. Now, if you have Game Pack and such, it would be great to get to do that. But if you don't, that's understandable. Be really nice to do. But no, never need to apologize. I mean, you don't have to show up to any of the streams if you can't show up to them. It's not about that. It's just about getting to make and hang out with and speak with friends. So. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys soon. Hopefully in the next time. And I will go ahead and work on that new channel and some of my reviews, courtesy of your guys' ask and opinion. So I really appreciate that. Otherwise, we'll see you guys soon.